Good evening. What it do? What it do? It's your man's OG here with another video, and this time we're going with a video concerning single women criticizes married women for this reason. And once we get into the video, you'll find out what the reasons are. This is a video from Reva. You know, she just like I said in one of my other videos. Uh, This girl, she got our back here. You know, she got the men back here. Her name is Reva. You know, if you haven't heard of her, you know, if you come to this channel, you're going to hear about her. You're going to find out more about her. But without further ado, we're going to get to the video. And I'll be back.
Let me give you some tea for those of you single women who really feel like you're missing out on something and you wish you could go on date nights and have a man who treats you. Guess what? Those married women don't have that either. You would not believe how many women in relationships only go on dates because they're the one putting their cards down at the end of the date. Don't believe me? Go get you a little server job for a couple months and you'll see it. A lot of women are married to a man who won't even treat them to a chicken dinner.
You know what's so funny? You know what's so funny? A lot of these women that come on social media and they tell other women not to, you don't need a man, sis. You don't need a man. You know, just focus on you. Do you. Oh, you think a man is gonna come over here and buy you dinner? He's not. And if you don't believe me, go ask married women, because they're the ones who have to pay to get their husbands out of the house to have dinner with them because they don't even want to. You know, they have to force their men to go out with them. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about getting a man. Don't.
And that can be true. You know, I've been married. If you don't know, I've been married 19 years next month in May. May the 28th to be exact. 19 years for me. Um, I'm not the going out type, really. You know what I'm saying? My wife, she like to go out and eat sometimes. You know, I'm not gonna say a lot, but you know, sometimes she like to go out and eat. But that's her thing. You know what I'm saying? If she want me to go out with her, you know, then hey, I'll go. You know, if you really want me to go, but if you don't really want me to go, then neither one of us have to go. You know, we can, you know, stay here and catch a meal, or you know what I'm saying. We can order the food, go pick it up, and bring it back. You know what I'm saying? No, man, we don't always like going out. That's something a woman, you know, likes to do. You know, a lot of things I like to do that my wife don't like to do. You know what I'm saying? Do that make her a bad person, or do that make do that make it where she's not willing to do the things that I want to do? No, it's just not her thing. Just like probably going to eat out and going to restaurants ain't another man's thing. It ain't men thing. You know what I'm saying? We are different. You know, men and women are different. We do not have to be the same. Matter of fact, we are not the same. We're different. You know, so if a woman is expecting for a man to be the way she is, then she's thinking delusional. You know, she don't know what marriage is. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you can see she's never been married. Don't know what marriage is. You know, she just clueless on what a man and a woman becoming one is about, right? But let's get back to the video.
Worried about being in a relationship, and don't worry about trying to marry somebody, because all these men are just useless and worthless. The funny thing to me is A lot of these women who talk about their server jobs, oh, go get a server job at a restaurant, and you'll realize that it's the women paying. They don't know, obviously, they don't have the mentality to comprehend things called joint bank accounts. That's what's so funny to me. What's really funny is that they don't understand that sometimes, if not majority of the time, when these women are putting the card on the table with their name on it, it is attached to that man's bank account. Just because you see this woman paying, you do not know where those funds come from. And it's so funny to me because you make it seem as though she has to drag her husband out. She has to force him to go to dinner with her, and she has to force and pay for it, because if she didn't do that, she wouldn't even have him going out with her. You guys make all these assumptions, and you know what's funny? A lot of women aren't out to eat. A lot of women aren't out to dinner. You know why? Because they be at home in the bed with their man. She made dinner at home.
Exactly. Married women, they be at home. And at this point, you know what I'm saying, where me and my wife at, and we've been at this point. If she pay for it, it's not a big deal. Because her money is my money and my money is her money. So it's like, I forgot the word that we use. Me and my wife, we use, what is that word we use? Man, I forgot it. But once I remember it, I'll tell y'all about it. But yeah, at this point, it's like, our money is together. So, like, who's really paying for it? Us. Not her, not me, but us. We're one. We're a family, right? So, when they go into the bank account and all that stuff, I'm lost there, because me and my wife, we don't do that. Her money is my money is her money. You know what I'm saying? Tomato. That was the word I was looking for. Tomato. You know what I'm saying? If you pay for this, it's still coming out of my money. You know what I'm saying? Because her money is my money is her money, right? Let's get back to the video.
They ordered in because they don't need to be around the company of so many different people, because people who are in happy relationships have no problem being in the company of one another only. They love the convenience of being in their own home. They get whatever it is that they want to eat. They can watch Netflix. They can bounce around from the couch to the bed, to the guest room, to the kitchen, all over the house if they want to, because they are completely content with the two of them. And the reason why a lot of these...
Right. And that's another thing. We're content with what we have, with the things that we do. We're content with that. We're not finna let somebody who's never been married dictate what we do with our marriage. No, not at all. Right? But it's a good thing to be married. Marriage is good. Marriage is honorable. Right? Marriage is honorable. Okay? Let's get back to the video.
These women that come up and talk about marriages or talk about men in the way that they do is because they are already not content with their own self. So they can't fathom being content with a man. They don't even know what content feels like. They don't even know what happiness feels like. So they would rather say that most married women are unhappy and most married women are miserable. But how would they know? How would they know? Have they been married? Are they married? Are they in relationships?
My point. She wouldn't know. Women who think like this, they wouldn't know, as far as being married, being happy, with a man, with their husband, They wouldn't know these things. You know, because 9 times out of 10, they jumping in and out of relationships. So for a person who's never done something or you know, experienced something, how could you even speak on that subject? On marriage? How? You know, it's a lot of people, you know, out here that speaks on marriage and how they feel like a marriage should go and this and that, but never been married. And if they were married, they wasn't married that long. So, you know, sometimes you people who never been married, you need to shut your mouth. You need to hush your mouth, right? Because you don't know. You just don't know. You know. But here at Ghetto Talk, me and my wife, we good. We good. Right? But let's get back to the video.
Do they know all married people? I'd love to know. Because how do you guys get to this assumption to talk about what married women don't get to do, don't have, what they're forcing, what they're this, and they have literally obtained, okay? And not every marriage is perfect. Let's just talk about that. Not every person that's married is in a happy marriage. We know this. But
hey, I got to agree with her. You know what I'm saying? You know, I haven't seen one marriage that's been perfect. Me and my wife, we go through our thing at times, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, looking back, you know, as we've been together, you know, for this long period of time, the times that we're, you know, like getting into it or, you know, have a disagreement or whatever, you know, those it's a span of time, a large span of time that we get into it or we have disagreements. You know, which before, you know, starting off in the beginning, it was short times that, you know, we was getting into it and, you know, having disagreements and whatever, you know, that was a short amount of time. You know, rather now, you know, it takes a long period of time for us to have a disagreement or for us to be into it or whatever, you know, because we understand each other more, right? You know, I've got to know my wife. You know, vice versa. She's got to know me. Right? But let's get back to the video. And for all of you women who not married and you want to speak on marriage, even the men too.
Bitch, shut the fuck up.
Hush your mouth. Let the pros deal with this stuff, right? 19 years under my belt, okay?
can we also talk about that not every single person is happy either, because a lot of them are miserable? Can we talk about that? Because single people love to stand on their side of the fence and make it seem like, see, all of us are single and we're all happy. And all of y'all are in relationships and you're all miserable. But at the same time, if this woman turns around and gets married, all of a sudden she's going to be singing a different tune of how every marriage is different. And, you know, she got a man who's at the top tier. And because he's the best man, that's why she has the best marriage. And other married people are still beneath her. The hypocrisy. The hypocrisy. A lot of women, because of their state or their misery, they want company. So they gather their troops by talking about their common enemy, the man, because that's the only place that they're able to get fulfillment. Because any man that comes around them or comes in their space, they run them away with their attitude, with their disrespect, with their unwillingness to compromise, with their, you know, gotta be right. and gotta have the last word mentality or attitude. So let me try to convince other people that married people are unhappy so that we can all keep each other as friends or relationships or whatever it is that these women are searching by saying that they don't need a man so that they can have company. I don't get it. If men are all of these things and you don't need them, who are you with? Who holds you? Who are you with intimately? Who's sleeping in bed with you at night? Nobody. And you just so happy. Like, you just so happy with yourself. There are women who are in solid marriages, a lot of women who are in solid marriages who we barely see on the internet because they're so busy being in their solid marriages. Okay, that's the ones that we be seeing them doing that little TikTok and they serve their man and they feed their man and they're catering to their man. And you have the audacity to make it seem as though majority of married women don't have a man who's still interested in them or still wants to date them unless they force him by going to the restaurant and they have to pay for him to go out with them because he's not going to wine and dine. And this is how I know how immature these women think. Because y'all be so busy waiting for it to feel like a fairy tale or waiting for it to feel like a movie.
I got to stop right there. Because a lot of women think like that. You know, they want this fairy tale relationship or fairy tale marriage that they done seen on TV, on a reality show or something like that. And a lot of women, a lot of delusional women, you know, think, oh, this is how my life's, you know, supposed to be. Just like these reality shows. You know, I need this purse, or, you know, why I ain't got this and why I ain't got that. All looking off TV, right? Just thinking delusional. Let's get back to the video.
That you don't have the skill or the ability to just go to your man and be straightforward and be like, babe, I want to go to dinner tonight. You want to go? Oh, well, you know, I'm mad because he didn't ask me to dinner and he's supposed to ask me. And it's his ability to keep the fire blazing in a relationship. And he's supposed to, like, it's impossible or wrong for a woman to take initiative in her own relationship, because if that's something that she wants to do, she can also do that for him. She can also take him on a date. Because the relationship that they're in is reciprocal and she doesn't have an ego like these women have. A lot of these women have these egos, and that's why they don't have no man, because they have the ego. They don't realize that they have to drop the ego to get a man, but they rather keep the ego, so they drop the man. Or the man drop them. They don't understand, or they can't fathom being in a relationship where you can actually be with a man and care for him. Take him on a date. Surprise him with something.
Yeah, but, you know, in this modern day world that we're living in right now, you know, it's all about the woman. It's all about the woman. What they say, happy wife, happy life. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. What about the man? What about the husband? What about the leader? Women, you're supposed to reverence your husband. Look that word up, reverence your husband. You're supposed to submit to your husband. Look that word up. I know a lot of women already know what that word means, but look it up. And a lot of women, it's like, you know, when the S word come up, it's like, you know, It's like a snake bite, right? But it's not all about the woman. It's not. Let's get back to the video.
Something kind for him. Give him a massage. Rub his feet. Because you guys have such a solid relationship and such a reciprocal relationship full of love and respect for one another, that you don't feel no kind of way doing this for him, because this is somebody that you ultimately trust. And he can trust you. You love him and he loves you. He leads you. These women don't understand that because they never had it. A lot of these women are exposing the people that they've entertained by the way that they think of men. You put this whole scope of how you think how men behave and how they do this and what they deserve and what they don't deserve because of the men that you've been dealing with, because of the men that you've been giving your time to. And sometimes even those men are actually good men, but with you, you get the short end of the stick because they see your attitude and how you move. They categorize you, and then they treat you differently than how they would treat an actual woman that they're interested in or would want a relationship with.
Exactly, and she made a good point there. As far as some of these women attitudes. You know what I'm saying? A man, he gon' if you coming off Miss Attitude, Miss I know everything, and this the way it's supposed to be and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? A man gonna be looking at you and probably just going, I just need to, slide up in here and slide out, because this can be a problem, longevity. And I don't think I want to deal with this. I can deal with it for this 20 minutes or, the 2-minute man thing or whatever. But for the long haul, boss, no, I don't think so. A man don't want to deal with that. And I'm a man, so I can tell you how men think, They gonna go ahead and bust you down, and it's off to the next one. What Uncle Kevin said, feminine and cooperative, right? A real man wants you to cooperate. Going into submitting to your man, to your husband. Right? Let's get back to the video.
Because some men be getting with women and have to humble them. And let them know that roses really smell like boo-boo. For real. A lot of these women walk around with this ego and this arrogance. And that alone is what keeps them single. You think it's going to hurt a woman's feelings, a married woman's feelings, if she pays for her husband to go to dinner? And you as a server, instead of doing your job and focusing on being a positive person and just being happy and because of your misery, you're looking down on this woman because she's at the table and eating dinner with and paying for dinner with somebody who is her protector, her provider, and her leader?
Did you hear what she said? This is why, you know what I'm saying, I deal with Reva. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like she got a good understanding on a man's place in life and a woman's place in life. The men are protectors, leaders, right? They lead the family. They protect the family. You think if it was danger at my front door, I'm gonna send my wife down to the front door? No way. Let me through here. This is my job. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this. Let me take care of this. Right? Or when the kids getting out of line, you mothers, y'all like to be sensitive and especially boys. Because it's at a point in time, a mother can't really, deal with a son as his father, right? Because sometimes they might need roughing up, or you got that loud, strong voice to let them know, look, this is how it's gonna be, and this is what you need to do, right? So again, I give her props, you know what I'm saying, with the content that she do. You know what I'm saying? Because she shine a light on a lot of these delusional women. And put the mirror in their face and let them, look, you're a woman. You are a woman. I would say the weaker vessel to a man. Let's get back to the video.
You think provision is from finances alone? Provision is insight. Again, provision is also leadership.
I got the pause right there again. It's not all about finances. As far as, a man, being a protector, a provider. Providing just don't mean finances. Provide mean leading the family, protecting the family, right? Taking care of the family, and finances. We can't leave it out, but that's, a lot of women like to just concentrate on finances. And that's why you have a lot of kids out here, like a chicken with the head cut off and don't know what's going on, or just doing all kind of, immoral things. So, it's like a lot of women, again, are delusional. But let's get back to the video.
Provision also comes spiritually. Direction. Come on now. This is somebody who's committed to being with her. All you got is a server job, and you gonna judge these people that you don't know.
Right, that's another thing too. A real man is gonna commit to this lady, and to these kids, right? And not only that, we want to break the general curses. As far as, us not seeing the mother and the father together, married. Both raising the family together. I was a product of a single parent home with my other 5 siblings and whatnot. Right? But you can ask the kids, the 3 kids that I had with my wife, have they ever seen me with another woman? Have they ever seen mommy with another dude? I want to set an example for my children, because they looking at us, they watching us, right? And just my kids, they know if I'm not here, I'm at work. And from work, I'm coming straight home to my family. It's nothing better than that. You know what I'm saying? And, being married 19 years, man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful coming home to my kids waiting on me to come home. And the look on their face, you know what I'm saying, when I see them after working a hard day at work, it's beautiful. That's what I do it for. I do everything for my family, right? But yeah, my children have a great example. And if you love your kids, you know what I'm saying, then you're gonna give them you're gonna try to give them the best example as you can, right? My children not they're gonna know marriage is good. You got to teach a child while they're young, when they're babies, so when they grow up, they don't go away from it. Let's get back to the video.
And then come back and run and tell your single friends, oh my gosh, I saw this woman at dinner with her husband and she had to pay for him. I do not want to be married like that. Boo. Boo. A lot of these women, I love when they come out and talk, because it separates, it allows men to see what they're dealing with ahead of time. A lot of these women don't even realize that. I'm sure a lot of these women don't care because they don't want to be with men, if you can read between the lines, based on the things that they say, because they only sit on the fact that they don't want men, don't need men, don't want to be with men, don't want to marry no man. They just want to be by themselves. Okay, that don't make sense to me. That sounds like crazy. It sounds like you're alluding to all type of stuff. But a lot of these women say these things, and the men who actually would say, oh, she's attractive, or oh, she looks like an interesting woman, or she looks like somebody I would take on a date, she looks like somebody I'd be in a relationship with. They scroll and they get to hear your whole mentality. And then they're like, I'll keep scrolling. Nah, no thanks. Now I know if I see her, if I holler at her, I know exactly what to do with it. It's crazy. Let me play this one more time, just in case y'all forgot what she said.
Let me give you some tea for those of you single women who really feel like you're missing out on something, and you wish you could go on date nights and have a man who treats you. Guess what? Those married women don't have that either. You would not believe how many women in relationships only go on dates because they're the one putting their cards down at the end of the date. Don't believe me? Go get you a little server job for a couple months and you'll see it. A lot of women are married to a man who won't even treat them to a chicken dinner.
And let me tell you something, okay? When you with a good man, you don't have no problem. All of these little things, these little nuances that people bring up, and these little one-off conversations that people talk about when it comes to money, when it comes to this and when it comes to that. Child, when you with a good man, you don't care. You are not thinking about whose card is paying. And let me also say this. When you're also interested in a man, when you're truly interested and in love, infatuated with this man. Because there's a lot of women out here who are putting their checks down for a man just so he will give them the intimacy that they desire. Once a woman is fulfilled, whether it's emotionally, whether it is spiritually, whether it is intimately, she will give her last cent to take care of this man or care for this man. Let's just be real. Can we really talk about it? A lot of these women try to make it like they're so this and they're so that. And a lot of these women in these same predicaments, when they get a man who tickles their fancy, they be the one acting like the fools that they talk about. And even worse. Maturity looks like understanding the dynamics of your relationship and also not caring about what people think about it. That's what maturity is. A lot of women don't understand that. You have a good man, you don't care what nobody think, what nobody say, whose card is what, who's paying for who. When you want to go out with him, you're so happy that you have him, you can rely on it. You guys can go out together and you have a good time. You don't care about what the server think. You don't care about what the bartender think. You don't care what nobody think. This is so immature. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear you guys' opinions in the comment section to the foolishness. Okay, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys.
Yeah, but just like she was saying, when a woman, when married women, or even if you're in a relationship, you don't care about what nobody think of about your man or whatever, and how y'all live y'all life. That's the last thing, a married man or a married woman is thinking about. What somebody else thinking. That's the last
The next one.
thing that's on somebody's mind, right? I mean, this was a good video. Again, kudos to Reva. She bring out good content. And again, she talks about these delusional women, right? But y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Y'all pull up on your man's OG. Pull up on me.
Pull up on me. Pull up on me. Pull up pull up on me.
Pull up on me in the comment section. Tell me what y'all think. Leave a comment. Please subscribe to this channel. Like, share, again, subscribe. And I'm going to get out of here, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. And until the next one, peace.